Hello Gemini, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you're here with me today. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks. So I will be concentrating on your incoming energies. I'm going to clarify those energies with the tarot cards. We'll get some angel messages and then I'm going to close out your reading with your angel number. Now there will be multiple messages coming through, so I want you to remember that this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Now even if only parts of it resonate, please shoot me a comment. I appreciate the comments. It lets me know that that I am connecting with your energies. Now I have meditated and prepared the cards for your reading today, but I would like to cleanse the space together. So we're going to do that with the bell. So you are going to hear a loud bell sound now. All right, Gemini, let's get right into your energies and let's see what's coming in store for you in the next 2 weeks. Let's see what those energies are. Spirit, angels, guides. This is for the beautiful sign Gemini. Energies surrounding Gemini for the next 2 weeks, please. Nice. You are triumphing over something, feeling very hopeful. Beautiful. All right. That is the way those came out. We'll get into those in a minute. At the bottom of the deck, number 20. Let's go back 3. I like to always do that. Wow, you've got lots of great energies. Number 1, love begins. Feeling a sense of abundance here. This is like the Ace of Cups. So again, you see the rainbow. I think you feel as if there's some stability. Your emotions, you're starting to feel grounded with your emotions. You're feeling as if your emotions are you're able to express yourself freely, and that you're starting to feel an overabundance of love coming into your life. And that's what's helping to create this balance. Also feeling very, I believe that you are very intuitive as well. And I think that you are really feeling connected spiritually. And I believe that that's really what's helping you to feel really a sense of guidance as you're moving down new paths and new directions in your life. Number 20, truth. And that is really like the judgment card. So again, you know, you're doing a passionate review of your past. You're reevaluating things. You're kind of seeing, you know, maybe where you can make some new changes. You want a new fresh start in your life, but in order to get that true fresh start, you need to evaluate everything from the past, and you are prepared to do that. So let's get right into your current energies here. Number 17, hope. This is beautiful. So if there's been any obstacles or challenges that you feel that you've been going through, you know, the number 17 is that hope that's starting to come through now. You're feeling more like you're at the tail end of those obstacles and that hope is starting to shine through. You are really, you know, if there was forgiveness that needs to be, whether it's forgiveness of yourself or forgiveness of someone else, you're starting to feel that energy as well. You're holding, you know, it's almost as if you're holding the sun in your hand here, and you really are starting to feel that positive energy coming through again. Maybe where you felt you lost a little bit of that, it's all starting to be regained again. Number 12, beautiful. Again, we've got a beautiful rainbow here. And sacrifice. You know, this is really sometimes feeling like you've had to sacrifice yourself in some way. It is like the Hanged Man in the major arcana, so it sometimes can be delays in things. You know, again, we want things to kind of rush through. We don't like to sit around. We don't like that stuck energy, but sometimes it's important for us to willfully, you know, allow ourselves to sacrifice a little bit of our time, a little bit of our energy to understand things from a different level. And when you get that better understanding, it helps you to get to that truth. And when you get to that truth, that creates that balance for you. It's what helps to revitalize your energy and really bring that sense of hope back into your life as well. I think you have to see a situation from a completely different lens. And I think this is what, you know, this little time or delay in these next 2 weeks is really going to help you to really feel that energy. And it's going to help you feel more positive as well. And number 7, triumph. This is also a major arcana card. You've got 3 really major energies here. This is like the Chariot card, meaning that you are setting forth with a sense of victory here. You intuitively have been really guiding your chariot. And it is a Cancer-based card, and we are in Cancer season. So I believe that this is very relevant for you right now. In these next 2 weeks, I think you're going to find a lot of meaning behind this card. I believe where you were, again, maybe seeing some obstacles and challenges. Maybe you were feeling a little bit of defeated in certain ways. By really allowing yourself that time, that little bit of a delay, a little bit of time to step back and see everything from a different lens, you're feeling a sense of victory here. So let's get right into your tarot cards and let's find out what the additional messages are for these energies as we move through the next 2 weeks of July for Gemini. Let's see one. Anything? There we go. Anything else? There we go. All right, there we go. I put those like that. These ones definitely go together. Okay. And these all go together. Okay, beautiful energies. All right, we're going to start with the first grouping here. All right. The first one you got was number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is about good luck, good fortune, expansion. It's ruled by Sagittarius. So this is really, you know, why are you feeling hopeful? Why are you feeling positive? Because the cycle is finally changing. Again, all those obstacles that you were feeling that were, you know, like you feel like it's a never-ending story. Like all the time, there's just, you know, once you feel like you get a few steps ahead, well, then something you feel sets you back. Well, that wheel is changing for you. 10, Wheel of Fortune, is the cycle changing. All the tools that you need for that cycle to transform for you is coming into play. And this is why you're feeling so much positivity. You're feeling very hopeful. You have really been feeling this 8 of Swords energy, and this is why the cycle is changing for you. When you look in the mirror, you're seeing yourself as trapped. You're seeing yourself as not being able to move forward. And mentally, again, this is definitely a Gemini card. This represents Gemini to a T. It's again, it's the mental suit. So it's our thought process. It's not exactly what's happening. When you look in the mirror, you're not tied up in any way. You're not blindfolded. You can see everything for exactly the way that it needs to be, face value. But sometimes we put ourselves in these positions because our mind keeps saying to us, you know, oh my goodness, I have this other hurdle to go through. Well, that perception, the way that you perceive yourself is now changing. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is coming in to say, okay, you're no longer a victim. You have to stop sabotaging yourself mentally and thinking that you are not free, because you are able to set yourself free. There are no restrictions or limitations to what you can do. The door is wide open and there's a lot of hope right there for you to start feeling this positive energy. And I think what's going to really help you to remove this blindfold when you look in the mirror is when you see this Ace of Wands come into play. And that's an opportunity that's going to be offered to you that's going to revitalize your energy. Those cycles of feeling defeated are out the window. They're gone. And now this new beginning of the Ace of Wands is coming into play to, again, show that your passion is ignited, that it's time to set forth in a new direction where you are going to feel, like you're spinning into a positive cycle. Now, you've been putting yourself in a sacrificing sort of position where you're allowing yourself for a bit of delays because you really want to see things from another perspective. You've been feeling at a crossroads in your life, at an impasse where you're not exactly sure which direction it is you need to go. You've been closing off your heart with the Two of Swords because emotionally, again, you're not exactly quite sure. You know, your head and your heart aren't meeting in unison together right now. So, you know, you are feeling blindfolded, and it's very similar, you know, to that Eight of Swords. You're blindfolded in both of these cards, but yet you're not restricted. You know, you're not restricted. You're allowing yourself to be put in this position. There is a victory here, okay, because the swords are in the letter of V. You just have to remove the blindfold and look at the situation, because the landscape that you aren't looking at is beautiful, and it's illuminated by that hope. It's illuminated by that sun. So if you want to stop feeling, you know, if you really want to stop feeling that way, you have to allow for some change to come into your life. And there is a major change that's coming because you got number 16, the Tower. Now, the Tower's been coming up in pretty much everybody's reading. There's lots of things going on in our world. There's lots of things going on in our lives. And there's always going to be sudden change and revelations that come into play that changes our circumstances. And we can't always look at it, you know, as negative, okay? none of us like change, especially if we're moving along in a very, content, with a lot of contentment. But what we have to remember is that change is a part of life, and that we aren't going to evolve if we don't allow and accept the change. Sometimes change is beyond our control. So if we fight the change, it's going to make it that much more difficult. So you need to allow this sudden change to come into play, because right now you're at a crossroads where you're not sure exactly what direction to go. So unless there's a change, you're going to continue to find yourself in a sacrificing position where you are really always trying to figure out what that new perspective is. Allow the change to gracefully happen for you so that you can remove the blindfold and start to see victory. Because victory is assured here with that Triumph card. It's coming into play for you, but that sudden change has to come first. And you are going to be, with number 6, the Lovers, this is you showing up in your own reading, because this is a Gemini card in the major arcana. It is about choice, and it is about decision. So you are going to be faced with a choice. And the thing is, because you're allowing this change, you're going to gracefully accept the change. You will remove that blindfold. You will no longer have those swords up against your heart. You're going to feel a sense of enlightenment, and you're going to know exactly which direction you're going to need to go. So the choice is going to be easy, because you're going to feel a sense of victory. But that choice comes with a message. And that message is, again, very comparable to that Ace of Wands. With that Princess of Wands, transformations are ready to take place for you. Your world is evolving and changing in a very prosperous way. You just have to allow that little bit of a disrupt, that little bit of a change, because your foundation right now, the foundation that you are building everything on, is not strong enough to hold it all up. So we need that to kind of break itself down so that you can move in a whole new direction. And this is the message that's coming that's going to light that pathway for you. And you're going to know exactly that it's the right pathway. You might even see butterflies. And when you see those butterflies, it's going to be that message that's coming to you that's letting you know that transformations are positively coming into play for you. And that now is the time to really accept this new message that's coming in with a lot of grace, and feel like this is a blessing that in disguise. It's a blessing that's coming that's really going to, again, ignite some passion and ignite some movement for you, so that you can really feel confident in the choice that you need to make. Because remember, the choice is based on victory. All right, so let's get a clarifier for the 8 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, and the Ace of Wands. So if we could just get one card to clarify that, please. And you got the 10 of Swords, and that's important. It's releasing, right? We've got 2 10s right here alone in this message here. 2 10s and then an ace. So we're ending a cycle. We're closing out a cycle. Even though sometimes it's painful to close out certain cycles in our life, we know sometimes that's necessary. If we want to make any change or have any hope for our future, we have to make some significant changes in our life. You no longer want to see yourself in this position anymore with that blindfold on. So you're going to put that to a close. You're letting go of something so that you can make way for this new beginning. So let's find out with this Tower and the 2 of Swords. Let's find out. We have a major change that's coming into play, and it could be a sudden change that's going to redirect you. And an 8 of Pentacles, beautiful. You know, you may have been, the 8 of Pentacles is all about all the hard work, the dedication, and the details that you put into your work on a daily basis. And you know what? Number 8 is the number of mastery. You've got 2 8s here, actually. And that is, this is, your work doesn't go unnoticed. And I believe that you might be seeing that there's going to be some significant changes with your work. I think that there's sudden changes where you've been feeling maybe at an impasse where your work is concerned. I think there's going to be a change. I want to get one more card there for the 8 of Pentacles, please. One more card. Yeah, it's restoring justice and balance. See, there's change has had to happen here because you were maybe trying to figure out, maybe the decision is like, what do I do with my work? Like, how do I be more successful with my work? How do I get noticed at work? And there's changes that are going to come into play. Something drastic is changing with your work ethic, with your work placement. It's allowing you to see it all under a new lens, a new perspective. It's going to open up your eyes in a whole new way because it's going to remove that blindfold, and you are going to see balance restored. And if you felt like there was something at work that wasn't fair, there's going to actually be fairness here. Karma is coming back in a very positive way. You know, where you were feeling darkness, you're now feeling this light, this abundance. You're feeling this stability because these trees are lush. The sky is bright. It's blue. There's only a few clouds. The clouds are beautiful and fluffy. There's no more cold, deep winter, dark, coldness. And again, if we look at seasons, this is more winter. This is more your spring and summer. So this is when the new growth comes into play. So Justice is a Libra card, air energy, just like you, and it is restoring all that balance. So I believe that if something at work you felt was unjust, you know that a major change is coming into play, and it's actually going to turn out in your favor. So now let's get a card for the Lovers and the Princess of Wands. Let's get one card for that, please. Thank you so much, Spirit, Angels, Guides. If I could just get one. Thank you. Wow, you got the Moon. So the Moon can be our intuition. It's definitely Cancer-based energy, which we are in Cancer season. Now, we just had a new moon in Cancer on July 5th, which could still be affecting you, of course. It could. Also, the full moon on June 21st, that was a full moon in Capricorn. And then there's another full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. So there's a lot of moon energy in the next 2 weeks, of course, coming around you as well. This is our fears, our insecurities. It's things that are unknown because we don't always know exactly. We don't all have a crystal. We don't have a crystal ball to know exactly what our destination is going to be. But there is choices, and you have to make choices. And some of them are, some of them it's a little scary sometimes when you have to make these choices. But trust in your intuition because it will definitely guide you. And I believe you will get sent messages through butterflies. I think butterflies are going to be a huge indication as to the direction you need to go. And I believe that you will be receiving some sort of clarification with that Princess of Wands, that message that's coming through that's going to help you to make the decision that you need so you can release the fears of the unknown and release those insecurities. Beautiful energy. All right. Let's tie your reading together with your angel messages. So let's find out what the angels would like to share and just reiterate some of these messages that are happening for you, Gemini, as we move through the next 2 weeks. Okay, we have those three. I'm going to see if there's one more. There we go. All right, so you got the Seven of Raphael. It says time to make a decision. Well, we know that you've got kind of crossroads here with that Two of Swords. You need to be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. So meaning, you know what? It's time to take action, all right? You can't just sit around and keep that blindfold on. Time to make a change. Three of Michael. They want you to release the past. That's that Ten of Swords as well. You will grow from the situation. So you're learning from the situation, and time heals all wounds. Then you got the Ace of Michael, which is a wonderful new idea. So there's something new coming into play. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. The Ace of Michael is those communications coming through that is like a breakthrough. So that's very nice energy. And then the Five of Ariel. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So what they want you to say is don't be fearful. Don't be insecure. Try and keep your thoughts as positive and as clear as you possibly can. Because then when you are ready to make the decisions that are so needed, that you need to take the action on, that you are going to be able to make them in a very positive way. And you need to know that you're not going through this journey alone, that you do have a support system. All right, so let's get your angel number. So we do have some numbers that do duplicate. Now let's see. We've got a couple of 8s, so we've got some 10s, and we've got some 1s. We've got a few 1s. So keep those in mind. Very important. And let's see what your angel number is, Gemini. It says the gut feeling, trusting in your intuition. So 0440, any combinations of 0440 is your angel number. Intuition, intuition relating value, insight, increased perception. Love, you need to follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you must also bring value to the table. Treat others with respect. Very important for you to treat others. The way you treat someone is the way you want to be treated back. So keep that in mind. So the gut feeling, very important to trust your intuition. It will be heightened over the course of the next 2 weeks, and it's going to help to guide you to your victory, because there is victory here. Even though there's changes, and I believe there's changes with the workplace. I believe there's some changes going on, restoring some balance there, and definitely good karma coming back for you. Beautiful energy, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found meaning in your reading today. If so, again, leave comments. I do love to read them. And until next time, sending you love, light, and positive vibes.